Okay, we are live. Good evening to all North Georgia GMRS members and welcome to the Rabbit Hole Net. Your net control tonight is myself, Dallas 21, WRKT 728. My name is Lisa.
And Dallas 20, my name is David, WRKT 728, and we are somewhere in Paulding County.
At this time, we'd like to take our early check-ins. Please do so with your FCC call sign, your tactical unit number, your name, and general location. If you are new to the network, we welcome you to join in the conversation. Also, if you're tuning in and you do not have a TAC number, please feel free to participate just using your FCC call sign. Net control is standing by.
This is Whiskey Sierra Juliet Delta 932, Atlanta 294. This is Carl. I'll be checking in and out. Both. I am transmitting out of Bartow County on Lake Altoona.
This is WRNPK 619, Atlanta 250. Dana Delonica, high atop Mount Olympus. I'll be, I'll be in tonight. Haven't done that in a while, so I'm going to. Anyway, I'll be waiting.
This is Atlanta 244 WSIC 587, and I am in Covington off of Jersey. I actually just left Dahlonega a few hours ago, so I hope you guys are having a good evening.
Did you get that?
I am in.
Oh, I see. Oh, he's in. Okay. I didn't see.
Got you covered.
All right.
This is WRBG 415, Atlanta 11, John, Mobile and Woodstock. I'll be in and out tonight.
This is Chattanooga 260, WSDM 494, Fulton, downtown Dalton. I will be in.
This is WRQZ 941, Rome 12, Mark in Rome. I will be in and out this evening, but monitoring.
This is WSIS 715, Chattanooga 51, Howard and Saudi Daisy. I will be in and out. Thank you, buddy.
This is WRVR 303, Chattanooga 30, Jonathan in Hickson, Tennessee. Check me in. I'm mobile. I will be monitoring. Would be calling me, and I don't come back to you. Accept my apologies in advance, but I'll try to call back.
This is Noonan 120, WRZL 542, Carmine in Fayetteville, checking in.
Got a lot of ins tonight.
Mm-hmm.
This is
Double.
WSGP 646, Atlanta 164, and by way of relay 165, Dan and Julia from Marietta checking in and checking out, but monitoring.
A rough copy on Josh.
Mm-hmm.
This is WSTX Scott in Atlanta checking in and out.
just barely caught that tag number.
I know.
This is WRJR 959 CW2. Steve in Arnoldville, checking in, checking out.
I need a pillow behind my back.
Slide that. There's a foam piece for back support.
This is
No. Let's
WRUZ 979, Chattanooga 97. I'm Aaron. I'm in Cleveland, Tennessee. Check me in and out.
Where are you waving at?
Your cushion behind your chair. There's a foam piece.
No. Well, I don't know how to operate it.
That's alright. It just slides up and down. It's alright. Alright, hold on. We got 18. Let's go. That was a great run.
Okay.
This is
Wait a minute.
WSD 932, Atlanta 294. This is Carl. I'll be transmitting out of Bartow County today.
Yeah.
He's already there.
I know. That's alright. Here we go. Here we go. Alright,
Great
alright.
run.
And Carl, yes sir, we got you in there. So fixing to read them off. We have Atlanta 256. Chuck in Dawsonville is in and out. Atlanta 294. Carl in Woodstock is in and out. Atlanta 250. Dana in Dahlonega is in with us tonight. Atlanta 244. Adam in Covington is in with us. Atlanta 11. John in Canton is in and out. Chat 260. Colt in Dalton is in, listening on that cool antenna. Rome 12. Mark in Rome is in and out. Chat 51. Howard in Saudi Daisy, Tennessee is in and out. Chat 30. Jonathan in Hickson is in. Then Noonan 120. Carmine in Fayetteville is in. Atlanta 164. Dan in Marietta is in and out. Atlanta 165. Julia in Marietta is in and out. Dallas 64. Josh in Dallas is in with us tonight. Josh, you had a rough copy, so if you're listening, just wanted to let you know that repeater wasn't doing you justice tonight. Atlanta 194. Scott in Atlanta is in and out. CW2. Stephen in Artersville is in and out. And Chat 97. Aaron in Cleveland, Tennessee is in and out. Net Control standing by for early check-ins on any repeater anywhere.
This is it. WSFH 294, Gainesville 420. Nick in Oakwood, check in and check me out. Appreciate it.
Bueller. Bueller.
That's such a good run now.
CW16, WSFC 865. Angel checking in Gainesville. In and out.
Oh,
I
first I
got
thought
it.
he was in, then he said in and out.
Oh, yeah. It didn't say his location.
Yeah, there it is. Oh, did you type that
I
in?
typed it in.
Okay.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to plug in that too. Here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Alright, going to go ahead and read off the shorter list. The first one was a long list. This is much shorter. We have Gainesville 420. Nick in Oakwood is in and out. And then CW16. Angel in Gainesville is in and out. Just a reminder, in case no one heard, we will be discussing camping and how you can test out your preps, your gear, and things like that while you're enjoying nature. We'll be talking about some fire starters and radios and
Knives.
some cool stuff, some solar panels. So if you want to join in and talk about all that cool stuff, come on in. Net Control standing by.
This is WRYZ 968 Gainesville 100 Randall in Buford. You can check me in and check me out.
Well, hi there. My little co-star. My little
All I see is a tip of a tail going out like a shark fin.
There she is. Look at that pretty face. But you can't stay right here. You have to go back over there. Go. Go. Right here. She got her foot right next to my mouse. That's not good.
Right. No, don't start messing with the wires. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, she can't get to him.
So if anyone watching the live stream, if all of a sudden we go dark, it's the cat's fault.
Mm-hmm. It'd be Shorty's fault. She looked at me and said, I'm serious, she did.
Uh-huh.
I wish I was pointing my camera at her right at that time, because
All right.
I'm not lying.
Here we go. Let me acknowledge Randall.
And you want to take a break, or?
We'll do one more round.
Okay.
All right, going to go ahead and acknowledge Gainesville 100 Randall in
Buford.
Buford.
It didn't put.
I know it didn't populate, but it's all right. Is in and out with us tonight. Net Control standing by for early check-ins.
It's only certain cells that it doesn't.
Yeah, it's
This is Newton 391. Good evening.
I didn't hear that at all.
well. Hold on.
This is
Well,
I think it was 3.5.
This is WSAL 368 Atlanta 263. Rogers and Dunwoody, check it in and check it out.
Yeah, I know.
Didn't he put his name?
All right, hold on. Here we go. Let me try and catch. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge we have Atlanta 263 Rogers is in and out with us tonight, and then we had a Noonan station. I think it was Noonan 35. If that was you that checked in just before Rogers, can you come back and confirm your tag number? You have a little bit of static in there with you.
Hey, good evening. This is Newton 35. Newton
Oh,
35.
you got that right.
I will also be in and out.
There we go.
Okay.
Noonan 35, Walter. Thank you, sir. That's what I thought I heard, but just wanted to confirm that. Nothing worse than not hearing your name after you checked in. All right, so then we have
Yes, that's it.
Atlanta 263 Rogers, and Dunwoody is in and out. Net Control standing by for one last round of early check-ins. Going once,
Going twice.
sold for the new cup of coffee in my future.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. All right, hold your check-ins. We are going to go get a fresh cup of coffee and we'll be right back. We'll kick this thing off right around, maybe even a minute early, around 7:30. So net control is clear for a moment.
Okay, we are back. Ready?
Almost. I am attempting to.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. All right, we are back. As a reminder, the Rabbit Hole Net takes place on every other Sunday, with early check-ins being at 7 p.m. and the net beginning at 7:30. On the Rabbit Hole Net, we discuss all things prepping. We're operating from Studio D on the North Georgia GMRS network, and you can participate from any North Georgia linked repeater. Our repeaters are as follows.
Flagship, Noonan, Buckhead, Lula, Watkinsville, Fort Mountain, Rome, Jersey, Toccoa, Zebulon, Columbus, McDonough, Kates Cove, Peachtree, Dallas, White Oak, Lookout Mountain, Chattanooga, Mount Roosevelt, Georgetown, and Ottawa.
The North Georgia GMRS network covers roughly 41,000 square miles and growing. It's because of all the members that make it the largest linked repeater system in the United States. We like to be nice here on the Rabbit Hole, so no cursing or politics. This is a family-oriented network, and we encourage you to get your family involved. On the following week, after each Rabbit Hole Net, a short video or a message will be posted on the North Georgia GMRS Facebook page to let you know what the next topic will be. If you have any questions or suggestions, please email us to rabbithole@nggmrs.org. We will begin taking check-ins at this time. Please do so with your FCC call sign, your tactical unit number, your name and general location. Again, if you're tuning in and you don't yet have a membership TAC number, feel free to participate using your FCC call sign. Net Control is standing by.
Check.
QYG 536, Blue Ridge 20, Mobile, shorter time, no traffic.
Did you see the chat?
Oh, I haven't been looking. Say hello to the cat. Now, he didn't say if he was in or out, so I don't know.
That's all right.
Net Control standing by for check-ins.
This is WRPM 847, Chattanooga 162, in Harrison, Tennessee. My name is Larry. Check me in, check me out. I'll probably be periodically listening.
We will periodically be talking. That was perfect. I was already thinking something along those lines. That-
Control, Atlanta 250.
250. Hey, Danny, go ahead.
I was just wondering, are you guys live streaming tonight?
Yes, sir. It is up and running with comments bounding. So we are running.
Roger that. Let me get dialed in and see if I can become a part of those comments. Thanks, David. Atlanta 250. I'll be back to monitoring.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And again, if you are looking for that, you're going to look up on
The Rabbit
YouTube The Rabbit Hole.
And just look for it's a logo.
It's a black logo, and it says The Rabbit Hole, established July 2022. We've been doing this for a few days. Net Control standing by for check-ins.
This may be all we get.
That's all right.
Control, if you would, please check in. WRTS 814, that's Whiskey Romeo Tango Sierra 814, 33.
Pickens County, South Carolina. I'll be driving through there soon.
This the town name.
I know.
You said
County.
Pickens County.
He's in South Carolina. He's using a Tacoma computer.
Uh-huh. It's Pickens, South Carolina. Pickens is the town.
Yeah, well, that's what I said.
You said county.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just nitpicking, Dave.
I got you. Got you. All right, let's see here. I'm going to acknowledge the two we have. Here we go. All right, going to go ahead and acknowledge chat 162. Larry in Chattanooga is in and out. And then Tacoma 33. Matthew in Pickens, South Carolina is in and out. Net Control standing by for check-ins. Careful, if we don't have more people check in, it means I have to run my mouth.
Mm-hmm. We certainly don't want that, do we?
No.
Well, I guess we can go now.
All right, hang on. Let me do one thing.
Okay.
All right. One last round of check-ins. Sorry, I was about to say early check-ins. One last round of check-ins before we kick this thing off. Anybody wanting to get in here before the very end? Now is your time. Net Control standing by. And that's all she wrote.
Okie dokie.
All right, kick it off.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. So tonight we're talking about camping. In my opinion, I think that camping is a great way to test out your gear, such as fire starting, outdoor cooking, bushcrafting, etc. What is bushcrafting exactly?
That's when you make stuff out in the bush.
Make what?
Oh, you can whittle your own spoons, you can make your own fires in different ways, you can make your own fishing poles, you can do all kind of cool stuff. It's really about crafting stuff in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
bushcraft.
Okay. I get it. Ba-dum-bum. So, yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to be talking about. So, what have we done in the past? Let's talk about that.
Oh, that's me?
No, Santa Claus.
So, one place we like to go is Talladega National Forest. Talladega National Forest is our favorite place to go. One, it's easy to get to. It's on our side of the state. Two, if you happen to come out there, say I have already been out there and I got my camp set up. If Lisa wants to come out and join a couple days later, because I'm doing a week-long adventure out there, there's actually some paved roads that go to this campsite. There's a lot of roads to drive down that are gravel, but
They've
Alabama,
got great trails.
they do. Alabama is like top tier on taking care of their national forest land. Hardly ever have I went out there and there be a road closed because of limbs or trees down. they have hunter check-in stations to where you can go collect a full color map, and they've got all the roads labeled. You know, so because there's no GPS out there because your phones don't work, you've got an actual hard map that now you can find your way around. We go there a lot. There's one of the oldest churches in Alabama there in the middle of the woods.
And a very old cemetery we like to go visit.
Yes, it's one of 6 log cabin churches that are still standing in Alabama.
Is it just Alabama, or is that in the whole United States?
I think it is in Alabama.
Just Alabama?
Yeah. And Mount Cheaha happens to be the highest point in Alabama, which is just south of I-20 in the Talladega National Forest. Now, what's cool about that place is there's this stone observation tower there that you get to go up this very old rickety stairwell, and you can get up there. You can see forever. I mean, literally forever.
And that right there is one of the cemeteries. The other there's one cemetery right there at the church, and then there's that other one at the I want to say podium, but the outlook place.
Oh yes. So the observation post. Cool story. Let me reset before I get into this. So cool story. We was up there with some friends of ours, and I always carry a radio with me. You know, we're over there. We use Simplex. I mean, nonstop while they were out there because there's no phone coverage. So I was like, wow. I wonder, since we're at the highest point, can I get a radio check? And sure enough, I had my Kenwood TK390 with a Smiley 5/8 antenna on it. I stuck it out the window and had my speaker mic and was able to get a radio check from 111 miles away. And I believe it was Houston that took my radio check. But 111 miles as the crow flies. And that was awesome, which, you know, they always say height is might. But a 4-watt handheld, you know, I thought that was so cool, you know, to get up there and do that. I didn't think it would work, but it did, you know. And then at camp, I was actually able to point a Yagi antenna and get connected with Ed, and I was hitting the Roam repeater from there. And I can't remember how many miles it is. I'll have to look that up when we take a break.
Pretty good distance.
It is a long distance, but like I said, there's no phone service there
No,
whatsoever.
there is no phone service out there. So my question to you then is, what would you use out there? You know, you're not exactly looking for that particular spot. You may not know about it if you go out there, but if you're out there and your radio can't get out, you know, obviously you have no phone service, because we've been there several times and there is no phone service out there. So what do you do?
Well, what I was able to do was I have an Edfon J-pole, and I got the paracord and a long, smaller antenna cable. I would take and string that up in a tree. I've got one of these roll-up J-poles, and I stringed that up and was able to extend my coverage out there a lot further. Now, it is a very hilly area out there. You're able to find a high spot, and on that map that they give you for free, wherever I find that I have radio coverage, I'd mark it on the map. So that way, hey, here, go there on this road, and that's where you get radio coverage. You may get cell phone coverage, but you bare minimum, you get radio coverage. And that's about testing your system out, knowing what's going on out there, to where, you know, and having reliable equipment too. You know, that's the big thing, is making sure you know your equipment, you know what's going on, and everyone in the group knows how to use it too. Because I may be injured and I'm sending Lisa or Seth to go get help, and I'm the only radio nerd, and they don't know how to use my new fancy radio. Well, it's useless. You know, they need to know how to use this stuff too. So just something to keep in mind when you're out there. Everyone needs to know about the communication part of this.
Yeah, because when you're out there in the woods, like if you go out there for your very first time and you don't know the area, and let's say you're by yourself, you got to make sure you have a good radio, because like I said, there is no phone service out there.
Well, since we are talking about radios.
Break for a second.
Yep.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait a minute. Let me break one more time. Sorry.
What happened?
I think the pedal got stuck. It didn't.
No, I had it down.
Okay, here we go. All right. That was me, not a malfunction. So, one radio I will absolutely recommend, and I would consider this the Prepper radio. A lot of people have their versions, their interpretations of what they think is the best. This is my version. It is the Anytone 878. They have two versions of this. They have a 878 UV2 and they have a 878 UV2 Plus. Now,
so what makes that one so special as far as being out in the woods?
This one right here is a true dual band radio. And you don't have to go through all these crazy things to get it unlocked, to do this or that. It's a Part 95 radio. You can talk on GMRS with it. You can talk on 2 meter, 70 centimeter, VHF, UHF. And I actually have the Talladega National Forest Department of Natural Resources frequencies programmed in there. And yes, I know you're not allowed to key up on
But
those.
in an emergency.
In an emergency with no phone service, I now have the potential to call for help with something like this. One of my classic Kenwood radios, they do one thing. They do that one thing very well, which is GMRS.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all they do. And then I found myself having to, carry two radios. And this is a TK3180, which is a powerhouse. I love that one. And everyone has heard my stories.
Let's break for a second.
Oh.
Okay, go ahead.
And everyone has heard my stories about the TK390. These are the eBay finds that I have scoured the earth with. Me and Bob Vogel, Gainesville 23, were we were dangerous on eBay. We were very dangerous on eBay.
I think it's Bob's fault.
We blame each other.
Okay.
But this radio
okay,
right
you
here
have a point. I blame you both.
this radio right here is the one that if you've ever heard me check in from a job site or get a radio check from a job site, it's been with this radio. I've dropped it 25 feet off a scissor lift. It cracked the battery. The radio was good. I've had it in torrential downpours.
Did you run over it?
I haven't run over that one. That's another story. But the cool part about it is those are great. But this one right here, the Anytone, it does it all. And you look into these if you're looking for a radio. I consider that this is my prepping radio. I've got one. Lisa's got one. I'm fixing to get Seth one. So we all three have the same radios, and that way I can say, hey, push this button. It does this. It does that. It's a total class that we will have amongst us three, to where we all operate on the same thing.
All right. Well, let's move on to another.
I know
subject
radios
here.
are cool.
Enough about radios.
I know.
So, what kind of gear should you have if you were out in the woods for a long period of time? Like for a week or two or whatever. I'm outdoorsy, but I'm not that outdoorsy. I'm a 2-day stay and I'm done.
Well, one thing I can say that going camping, you will absolutely realize that unless you have a dedicated bug out pre-set up location, you're not bugging out.
Mm-mm. No.
You can barely take enough stuff to go for a week in a vehicle. And that's, and I know that's comfort too, tables, chairs, tents, things like that. But I will tell you this right now, one thing we've learned, one, from moving, two, from camping, you cannot carry enough stuff in your vehicle for you to survive any length of time.
No.
You're talking about weeks, not months. You're talking, if you can get a month or two, fine. You're not talking about years, though.
Right.
You know, that whole, what they call an inch bag, which
Mm-hmm.
stands for I'm never coming home, you can't do that in a bag.
Yeah, no. No.
Some people will say, oh, yes, I can. You know,
Well,
my
I
bug out
mean,
bag's 23 pounds, and
there are people out there that can last for, several months or even, a little bit longer than that. Now, I don't know anybody that way, but I know there are people out there. Let's break for a second. I can see you on the camera, Dave. I don't know anybody that that can do that. I'm sure there
Like I said,
are people out there that
there
can.
You
And
know.
that's talent.
you know,
That's a lot of skill that I don't have.
well, and another thing too, the ultra.
But not everybody's built that way.
No, and the ultralight campers that go through the Appalachian Trail,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have resupply points.
Yeah.
You know, so just something to think about. You know, camping will make you understand what you need and what you don't. I encourage, if you can, to go out
Well,
and
the
go camping.
two main things that you need to know how to do. Number one is start a fire, and number two is how to collect water and purify it
Yes.
out in the bush.
I recommend always 3 ways to start fire. You know,
Lighter.
the cigarette lighter is the first one. That's a given.
Matches.
That I'm gonna go to a cigarette lighter first, unless I'm trying to use something cool, new.
Yeah.
I'm testing equipment.
Like flint rod or
The flint rods, ferrocerium rods. I always say that wrong, so you can correct me
say
later.
what wrong.
The ferrocerium rod. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Flint rod.
So that's actually my next go-to because I love them. You know, I got so many different ones. They work very well.
Or that magnet. Or not. No, it's not a magnet. Why did I say magnet? That magnifying
Magnifying glass.
glass.
Yep.
But it's not like a normal magnifying glass that you're thinking of. It's this square thing that is just it's dangerous.
I bought it at Office Depot. It's an 8.5 by 11 sheet magnifier. It's plastic. You gotta be careful with it.
It is dangerous.
But I can't help it when I'm playing with that thing that I am singing the Star Wars Death Star song. You know, I mean, you can. I cut a glass bottle in half with it. That puts anything in perspective of how well this thing works. Yeah. So, but camping, fire, water, comfort. You know, that's camping. You know, we use camping to test out our stuff, our gear. We use it to test out our foods. We carry the mountain houses, the jarred goods, the freeze-dried goods out there, and then we'll have little fire stations set out there, and each one of us are starting fires individually.
And there's nothing better. There is nothing better than jarred meat warmed up over an open fire.
Oh, absolutely.
Nothing better.
That.
All right. Let's see what you want to see what everybody else has to say.
I know I could go on
I
and
know.
on about this because camping is my passion, and it is camping season.
It is. All right. Who?
All right. First on our list is that's me, David, Dallas 20. What have I got to say about camping?
Stop it.
First on our list is Atlanta 250, Dana in Dahlonega. You got any tips, or what do you like to do when you go camping?
Or do you go camping?
Right.
Well, I have camp. Oh, first of all, good evening to you, David, and Lisa. I'm a big fan. But I'd like to say that camping is what led me to buy this place up here. It is, I just enjoy the dickens out of the outside. Being outside. It's getting a little bit tougher to, let's say, brave the elements. Brave the elements as I get older. Yeah, camping is what got me up here to buy a cabin. So technically, I'm camping 365, 7 days a week. So. You mentioned, the fire starter. That's what I use, that little cotton stuff. You know, you can buy it in individual little bags, and you can buy the big bag filled with those individual little bags. Yeah, it makes it real easy. Let me break.
You can make
And,
those.
you know, you put that stuff in there with a sufficient amount of kindling, and you're going to have a fire started rather quickly. So, you know, I know you said a good old-fashioned lighter. Yeah, I do use that, but I use that to light the fire starter. Other than
Yeah.
that, you're right. The water filtration, again, let me reset. Water filtration, I got those life straws. You know, if it's a regular camping trip, usually you have, you know, the campground will have, you know, some running water straight out of a well type thing where you could go and fill up a 5-gallon, you know, receptacle and bring it back to your campsite. But, yeah, kid, there's nothing better than camping. I agree with you, David. Being outside and especially in weather like we're experiencing right now, just absolutely awesome. There's no replacement for Mother Nature. And I'll end with that. Back to you two.
Dana, you're right, man. And I will tell you what I use the most is my favorite fire tinder is Vaseline soaked cotton balls. Super easy to make. I get a paper bowl, you know, a spoon of Vaseline. I put it in there, and I throw some cotton balls in there, and I just knead the Vaseline into the cotton balls, and I put them in a Ziploc bag, and they're good to go. You just take and tear them apart a little bit, fluff them up a little bit, hit them with that fire rod, and they light up, and they'll sit there and burn for a while, you know. But I will tell you, one thing I did learn that just in case you happen to go out there and you didn't realize that it rained in wherever your camping location is, but not at your home. So you didn't know that all your wood out there is wet.
Yeah.
I do carry road flares with me to where if there's an emergency situation and I need one to signal or two, I need to start a fire now. I don't have time or the patience or I'm injured. I need a fire now. That road flare will instantly get a fire going. And anyone can use it. I don't have to explain to them, hey, use it this way, do that. So a road flare is always something that's in my camping kit as a just in case all else fails, I'm getting a fire started. You know, because warmth and dry, that could be the difference of surviving out there in the woods if something goes bad. Thank you, Dana. Appreciate that. And you know, God, there's just something about coffee in the woods.
Oh,
You know, watching the sun rise through the trees, it is just beautiful.
I call it the cowboy coffee.
Yes. Next on our list is Atlanta 244, Adam in Covington. You got any questions or tips about camping? What do you like to do?
Oh man. So okay, I could talk about this for a while.
I feel your pain.
But Dana, I do this full time because my house is in Illinois. So right now I'm in something that is 8 feet by 26 feet. The nice thing is I also build them. So my company can actually get anyone that wants an actual permanent place to always camp. We can do that, or I can build you someday. But anyhow, I don't want to advertise. I really do a lot of different things from tinkering with different antennas to my paracord stuff. For your fighter starters, I don't use Vaseline and I don't use cotton. I use the lint from the lint trap in the dryer.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
And I use that with wax and old bad coconut oil. And I make my starters that way. But in my paracord bag, which is at least 20 pounds, I have way too much paracord. But
Never too
I
much
have a
paracord.
torch in there, and I always have butane. I have 2 or 3 cans of butane all the time to refill that kind of stuff. And then I always have, when it comes to actual actual fire stuff, I always have LPs. I got 3 30-pound or whatever they are LP tanks, the bigger ones, and not including my actual way of, hey, it's sunny out, I'm going to check to see if my solar is working, because they do go bad. But I have little fold-up solar, and I even have fire starters for that with that thing, and I also have the traditional Flint fire starters that are part of some of the stuff I make out of paracord, like bracelets and stuff like that. So I have.
Oh, we timed out.
See if you can hear me. Adam, you timed out. Come back to us.
So I talk too much. Okay, at least my radio works. I've never done that before. So, water filtration system, you can never trust your source if you're in a bug out situation. So my water filtration system goes down to 0.01 microns. So I could use that if I even wanted to use a neti pot. I could filter it through that and still use it without boiling my water, which is insane. But so yeah, water, fire, solar, and always playing with radios. I guess that would be the biggest thing. I also have way too much all-weather gear. I have anything from 75 below up to running around naked with flip-flops on. I'm going to talk too much.
Adam, you were the same here. I can sit here.
Right on Dave's wavelength here.
You know, I could go through the whole night without even calling anyone. You're just going to listen to me. But I love hearing what everyone has to say because, you know, I want to know, is there, hey, bud, you know, man, have you tried this? Or have you tried that? I was doing the dryer lit. And then I found out with a lot of the clothes that we are purchasing now that there's some synthetics in there. And then you get the dryer lint, the fabric softener sheets and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It has a tendency to melt instead of burn, you know. But yeah, it all works. It all works great.
I mean, in a pinch.
It does. You know, I like to experiment with that stuff. You know, it's a steel wool with a 9-volt battery. You know, you're not going to always have a 9-volt battery with you, and you're not always going to have steel wool, but I bring it out there anyway. I want to start a fire with this. You know, it's learning different ways and having redundancy, you know, your backup items. You know, say your bag in the back of your truck got soaking wet, and now, well, all my stuff was in that one. You know, so you don't want to have a ruined trip because you didn't bring a backup. So, Adam, you know, the water filters, they are very important. You said do not trust any water source out there whatsoever. You do not know what's upstream, or anything like that. So I remember back in the days in Blue Ridge drinking water straight out of the mountain. You know, I don't know if I do that nowadays.
No.
So. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate that. Next on our list is Chat 260, Colt in Dalton. You got any questions or comments about camping? What do you enjoy doing, man?
You know, this is Chad at 260 WSC in 404. I have to tell you, I hate flooding. I generally hate camping, to be honest with you, for as much as I have to do with it. Recently, I guess a couple weeks ago, I found myself in a place called Savannah Riverside, South Carolina, camping for an exercise over the weekend. Ended up having to sleep in a thing called the Talk while it was raining. And I just realized how much I dislike rain, especially being wet. All that to be said, this time of year though, with nice and cool, it is absolutely amazing camp. I don't know, I always make sure that I have a rifle with me. And it's someone that does it's on wilderness rescue, search and rescue, in a couple different counties. Tell people where you're going so they don't flip out if you're an hour late.
Yep.
And then have a way to communicate, whether that be SATCOM or something else. Because there's been so many rescues that I've been on in the last couple of years where somebody wasn't lost. They just didn't tell somebody when they would be back and so on.
Right.
This is Chatty 260 WSC 494. Back to you.
Great
Thanks,
point.
Carl.
Colt, I agree, and I know that there are some people that have to camp for a profession. It's part of their job.
I didn't know camping was a profession.
Well, if you're in the military, the service,
Okay.
they do a lot of camping, a lot of
For
outdoor
training.
stuff.
I get it.
You know,
Yeah.
that's like a lot of those guys when they get out of the military, you won't catch them wearing camouflage. They're like, I've had enough of it.
Well, he made a great point. Tell somebody where you're going.
Absolutely. You know, that is one of the big things about, like you said, a lot of people I thought they were lost. No, they were just out of contact because we rely so much on these cell phones that I can't get, if you don't pick up your phone or if you don't respond to a text within 3 minutes, something's wrong. Oh Lord, send out the rescue, helicopters. We're so immediate on responses instead of back in the day when, oh man, I can't get in touch with him. He'll call me in a couple of days. You know. But also too, it's very, very simple to know where you're going. You can look up these frequencies. It's free. You can go to Repeater Book. There's even on like the chirp for the Bailfang radios. You can do a query search and go by location, and you can find these frequencies for your local law enforcement. I know a lot of them are digital nowadays, but there are some of the frequencies that you can find. You know, and I'd be trying it. You know, if I needed help, I'd be keying up on that radio. And these radios have saved people before. And I mean, and right here, that's the reason why I say that anytone. It says right here in the description, ideal for fire, search and rescue, EMS, police, sheriff, and forestry and security operations. Frequency coverage is 140 to 174, 400 to 480. So, there it is. You've got an all-band capable, almost all-band capable radio. But know where you're going. Tell somebody. That's 100% right. And have fun. You know, get out there and learn something. Next on our list is Chat 30, Jonathan in Hickson. You got any questions or comments about camping? What do you like to do?
Thank you, David. This is Chat 30, WRVR 303. I love camping. Done a lot of it. Almost 65 now, so I'm not quite as tolerant of heat and cold and with the wet as I used to be. But dealing with a lot of that stuff, it's preparation and staying dry, and it's the mental game of knowing that even if you're wet and cold and miserable, it's really not a big deal, right? When I was in my late 20s, this would have been like 1989 or so, I did a 10-week solo hiking trip across the Continental Divide in Colorado. I spent better part of 2 months, maybe almost 3 months, dehydrating all my own food, using just the oven in my kitchen on low. I cooked the meals, I dehydrated them, I packed them, I had everything weighed out, numbered, labeled, organized, so I knew, which batch of food was going where. Then, as I planned my route out, basically I picked a resupply count with the post office every week to 10 days. I think the longest I went without resupply was 2 weeks. But typical resupply points were 10 days, so I had all the food, 10 days worth of food boxed up. I'd mail it to a post office, mail all the food before I even...
I'll be right back.
Where you going?
My phone's in there.
Oh. Okay.
Sounds like your time's up.
And then I had a very, very trustworthy friend mail me some perishable food, specifically cheese and summer sausage and stuff, to a couple of the supply points. I didn't want to risk that stuff setting for 2 or 3 months and potentially going bad on me. And I emphasized it was a reliable friend because the last thing I wanted was to show up at a place looking for some food and find out that that food wasn't going to be there. And so to me, camping is prepping and prepping is camping. It's learning
Yes.
how to be alone. That trip was solo. I do just fine alone. I don't do so well in a crowd of people, but I do just fine. Learning how to stay safe. One of the places I was in, a twisted ankle would have been pretty serious because it could have been days or possibly weeks before somebody would.
Take your time down again.
During that trip, I climbed 26 out of the 52 mountains in Colorado that are over 14,000 feet with a backpack. I was in good shape then, not like I am now. And it was a experience of a lifetime. Is the only thing I can say. It was one of the smarter things I've done in my life. But it's learning, what do you have to have? A tent, sleeping pad, sleeping bag, good pair of boots, water treatment, way to start a fire, cook food. Most of that trip I used a camping stove. Because a lot of time I was above timberline and there's simply no firewood up there, so I had to carry a stove, right? One of the things I practiced during those years was how to make a fire in any conditions with one match. That took a lot of learning, but it's completely doable. And only one match with no second tries or almost didn't make it that time. Learning how to get it right the first time, that was a valuable skill. Water purification, got to have that. Getting Giardia or something like that is not an option when you are days away from any kind of medical assistance, and that's days walking, and you can't walk very far when you're sick. You just can't. You can't have anything go wrong. You have to get it right the first time. But that's my story. Is camping is prepping, and prepping is camping, and it's being ready for that worst case scenario. I still look at my backpack and go, yep, if I ever need you again, there you are.
That's absolutely right. You know, and that's the perfect way to say it. Camping is prepping, and prepping is camping. I like that because it is. It preps you to be outside and survive out there. I know we drive our truck out there. We go to Academy, we buy all kind of cool stuff, or REI. We pack our bags full of stuff. We go out there in the woods and we camp. You know, but you can have a whole bunch of stuff with you and then say, okay, I'm going to see how little I can use. You don't have to rough it and not take anything with you, but you can have backup plans just in case something happens. But you can say, okay, I'm going to go camping, but I've got this one little bag that I'm going to try and do everything this weekend out of this one little bag. And that's what I like doing, you know. But also, too, I like doing, testing out my SE knives, you know, batoning through wood, doing the fire striking with that, doing the feather sticks. The SE knives, I think a lot of people know, I am a huge advocate for SE knives. I love them. I met the owner.
No.
He's an awesome dude.
I don't believe you.
Right? So, but it's fun. Get out there, enjoy yourself. Get away from this technology. I know we talk about radios and stuff like that, but get away from the technology. Get away to where.
Well, I mean, you're still going to have a way to communicate.
You know, you do, but you know, get out there where you're not sitting there staring at your phone the whole time. I mean, I am. I'm looking at a Starlink to take with us for an emergency use also. So, which is another tool in the toolbox. Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate that. Next on our list is Noonan 120, Carmine and Fayetteville. You got any questions, comments, or about camping, or you know, like we said, you know, what do you like to do?
Noonan 120. I have no comment. I did all camping I wanted to do when I was in the military. I was on the West German Czechoslovakian border 14 months, so I had my share of camping. I get shot at.
Hold on. like I said, there are a group of people that have had to do it for a job, and I respect that. I get that 100%. You know, I got some guys, because I do construction work, that was over there in the desert for a long time, and they always said, you know, the comment, it's dry heat. It ain't as bad. No, hot is hot. That's all there is to it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you have hot and humid, it's worse, but hot is hot. Yeah, it's
Yes.
just, rain is rain.
But you know, anybody that has done that, I thank you for your service.
Absolutely. Like I said, you know, they got paid to do that. You know, not much either. Which is another topic I don't
Yeah,
want to get onto over air.
That's another rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But I do thank you for your service, Carmine.
So, next on our list is, thank you, Carmine. I really do appreciate that. And I get it, man. I've talked to a lot of guys that's been through some stuff. So, Dallas 64, Josh in Dallas. You got any questions or comments about camping?
Oh, I had my foot on.
Hey, good evening, David and Lisa. Not really too much. Everybody's made some good points. The only thing that I'll say is, make sure you test all your equipment before you go camping, not wait until you get out there. That way you can make sure everything's working to at least enough to keep you covered while you're out there. Solar panels, battery boxes, emergency power, so on and so forth. That's about the only thing I really have to add. Everybody's got some really good points. Back to you, Net Control.
Josh, that is absolutely right.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna take, you know, I don't know, something battery operated, at least make sure it's working first and take some extra batteries. You know,
Well,
like radio batteries, make sure you got extra batteries for that.
well, also with the batteries, make sure you're doing the lithium batteries. Like the
Yeah,
double A's
yeah.
and triple A's, things like that. I'm switching all my stuff to lithium batteries. They won't, once the batteries start going bad, if you happen to forget about it in your flashlight, the standard alkaline batteries will swell and dump all the acid inside the light, and then the light's trash. The lithiums don't do that. You know, so they're much lighter. They operate in colder weather better. You know, so that's something I'm switching over to. But yeah, you're right. Make sure you've got extra batteries. But test your gear. There's nothing. Oh, it pains me. You know, man, I just bought these brand new pair of boots. I'm out here to go hiking. Hang on, you didn't break them in first? You know, you're out here with untested gear. Dude, you're gonna be hurt.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that can cause you some pains. It can cause you.
Blisters.
Yes, you know, it's like going into combat with an untested weapon.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you don't do that. So, test your gear, and that's what it's about. You know, if you got something new, cool, bring the old one with you. Bring your old backup. And let that be the backup. Test your new one, cool. You know, but bring a backup just in case the new one. Like I bought a Bear Grylls survival knife.
Mm-hmm. No.
Snapped it in half when I was batoning through wood. Broke off right at the handle. So
Well,
again,
that's why SE is.
went to SE, full tang knife, you know. But I mean, it is what it is, you know. Some people's version of survival's not what we said. So thank you, Josh. Appreciate that. And yeah, you test your gear. You know, we've said it all the time with these radios. Don't buy a radio and go, cool, I get a radio. It's in the box, unprogrammed, but I have a radio, and I don't know how to use it. Wrong. Get it out. Play with it. Figure it out.
Oh, he also says in the chat, carry a GPS with you so you don't have your coordinates. So you have your coordinates and an offline map to help navigate with elevation notes and all.
Yes.
Maybe add waypoints before you go too. Yes, good point.
GPS is good. I'm fixing to actually get one. I haven't had one in a very, very, very long time.
Speaking of waypoints, don't you wish just...
Oh, me break.
Speaking of waypoints, as Josh said, sometimes I wish life came with a little mini map. You know, it would help.
I just want instructions. Other people need instructions for life. Okay.
Anyway.
Yes, and also too, offline maps. MyTopo.com is a very cool place to go to for custom-made maps that shows you where streams, railroads, schools, things like that are. Is your elevations? Oh, cool.
You can get it customized for, you know, for any location.
Yes. You know, you can get them laminated. You can get them laminated to fold or laminated to roll. So mytopo.com is a very cool place for custom maps, which it's very hard to find paper maps nowadays. You know, so
It used to be in every gas station.
At Walmart and everywhere. All mine came from Walmart. Next on our list is Blueish20. Tom and LJ, I knew you were mobile. Didn't know if you were in or out, but I wanted to give you a shot and see if you wanted to talk about camping. Alright. I didn't think he was, but I figured we'd give it a shot just in case.
You never know.
Right. Here we go. All right. I didn't think he was in. It broke up just at the right time where I couldn't hear that. So, well, that actually brings us to the end of the list. And let's go for late check-ins, questions, or comments about camping. Now, Control, standing by.
Comment?
Here we go.
This is
Oh.
Oh, that's Houston. I know that's
WQUE 439, Atlanta 780, Houston, Knoxville. Good evening.
Good evening, Houston.
Let's get that comment.
All right, here we go. All right, got to go ahead and acknowledge Atlanta 780, Houston, and Austell. Houston, you got any questions or comments about camping? Didn't know if you were in or out, but I know you've done a little bit of camping in your life. And I also heard another comment. We'll get to you right after this.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good evening to you and Miss Lisa and Seth. Hope y'all are having a good day. I've done a lot of camping. I've tried tents and sleeping on the ground and campers and a little bit of everything. But I think that year and a half I spent in my camper kind of spoiled me from camping for a while. It's been about 2 years since we even been out in it. But we do have a few backups. We've got some MREs and some water filtration and, you know, most of the camper stuff.
Yes, sir. And, you know, I'm smiling and I'm not laughing, but I know that the time you spent in that camper because of that lightning strike on the house, you know, it was glad you had the camper.
Mm-hmm.
And in the beginning, it was like, this ain't so bad. And then it's like,
yeah,
wow,
I'm ready for my house back.
I'm ready for the house. And Houston even said when he got the house, he's like, oh, what am I going to do with all this room? I'm used to reaching over from the couch and touching the microwave, you know. So, but Houston, I'm glad y'all are doing good. You got anything else you want to add?
I know, sir. You've already said something about my dryer lint. I usually keep 2 or 3 bags of it back here, but I never have had to use it. We don't use dryer sheets, so usually we burn pretty clean.
There you go. Yeah.
But you can put a little Vaseline on it, and it makes a real good starter.
Yes, sir.
There's, I don't know, I can't think of them all now, but there's a lot of tricks to camping. I know a lot of people know a lot more about it than we do. But, we try to have fun at it.
That's the main goal right there. Absolutely, and I just said to Lisa, that's the main goal, is to go out and have fun. You know, take your family, you know, take your friends, get out of the house, go out in the woods. You know, I use the thing, I say all the time, you know, unplug. Go out there and touch grass. Get off the concrete, get off the asphalt, get out from underneath the shingles, go outside. All right, we had a comment in there. Thank you, Houston, I appreciate that. Go ahead, comment.
All right, thank you. This is Atlanta 164, Dan from Marietta. Right off the top of my head, I would bring or have ready some laminated index cards. You can buy them from Amazon, I think, that have plant identification photos and stuff. That might be useful. If you're really serious and think, might be out in the woods a long, long time, learn how to nap arrowheads, learn how to identify rocks that would be good for making arrowheads. Most rocks would not be that useful, but learn how to identify, flint, jasper, that type of thing. Bring fishing rods, spinners, extra line, and learn how to shoot a bow. If you can't shoot a bow, maybe have a crossbow and lots of extra arrows. The other thing is, of course, learn how to use a compass, practice with it, reading a book.
That's a dying art.
So well.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
finally, there's a couple of different ways you could actually make poison arrows, which sounds kind of gruesome and so on. But there's a couple of plants which grow wild, which are just severely poisonous. One of them would be the most poisonous thing I know is something called a rosary pea, which comes from Asia, but I think it grows wild in North America now in certain places. Of course, the castor bean plant. You can get ricin, for example. But anyway, that's just ideas off the top of my head.
I'm grabbing some back here.
Yeah, I think that I don't think there's a lot of people that know how to use the compass anymore. Maybe we have some young people out there that might be interested in all of this. Who knows? But making an arrowhead, that would be interesting to do. Or even making a bow out of sticks or whatever. I've never done that, but I'd be interested to maybe watch a video on how it's done, and then next time we go camping, try it.
So one of the books, and you mentioned about plants.
Oh yeah, because that was my when he was talking about that, I was thinking, well, I don't know how to identify.
Collins Gym.
Okay.
SAS Survival Guide. I've had this book since 1995, and I love this book. This is the pocket version. Of course, you can see it's small. They have a desktop version, a coffee table version. It's a larger version. They have digital also, but it shows you how to do everything. Be prepared, equipment, survival, fishing, and it covers tropical areas. It covers everything, everywhere. How to filter water, how to make your own filters, how to make your own snares and traps in case you need something for wild game if you don't have anything for fishing. But SAS Survival Guide. It's very cool. It's also, if you're bored, it's a great book to read. But it does plant identifications.
Cool.
I still would not trust mushrooms.
No.
There's too many variables.
No.
I know people say that the shelf mushrooms are good and these and that, so.
I'll take my chances
Yeah.
on not having them.
I'd rather eat oat leaves and pine needle tea than chance of mushroom. So, thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. And yeah, man, get out there and experiment. That's what it's about. Have fun. It's just getting out of the house. You know, that's the big thing. You know, we're so locked into these houses and the games, the computers, the phones, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Go enjoy nature. It's got an awesome soundtrack.
It does.
Just go out there and listen. All right, got any late check-ins, questions, or comments? Net control setting by.
Then we want to wrap up.
Yep.
WRKK 69, Chattanooga 84 Mobile, checking in, checking out, just listening, guys. Thanks for doing that.
All right, here we go. All right. Well, I think that brings us pretty much to the end of it. One thing I want to do was
Well, let's recognize Chattanooga 84, Jim in Hickson, Tennessee, in and out.
thank you. And I was actually going to go through Tony Elena 1150. Hello, everyone from YouTube. Mark and Josh and a couple of other ones are chatting it up there. So Mark wanted to bring up an excellent camping antenna would be the Elk ELK antenna 2 meter 440 L5. It does 2 meter 440 GMRS and packs away in a bag. That is the ELK antenna 2 meter 440 L5. And if you need to, as a reference, just let's see here, what would be the sure. I used to know how I could go to YouTube and figure out the time frame on there, but that's all right. It is the ELK antenna, so I may have to get one of those and try that out. And he said it's American made.
Okay, let's
Wow.
break for a second. Josh also says the dryer lint packed into toilet paper rolls, the cardboard part. Pinch the ends and dip the ends in candle, or I guess dip the whole thing in candle wax.
Just the ends to keep the lint
Okay.
inside, and the wax is
It's
flammable.
a good way to store and carry with you. That's
Yep.
pretty clever. I
Yep.
like that.
You know, like you said, with the GPS with your coordinates, and some radios actually have GPSs in them. You know, so, but the standalone GPS, it is, Mark, it is ideal. That way, if your phone goes dead for any reason, the battery's going to last longer in your GPS, and your GPS is more capable of helping you in the wilderness than your phone with no service. You know, so, but thank you guys, I appreciate that. And remember to hit that thumbs up button, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We've got a lot of things coming up in the future, you know, so hang with us and check it out.
Alrighty. Well, this concludes the Rabbit Hole Net. We want to say thank you to all who participated and to those who checked in and out but stuck around to listen to the broadcast. We had a total of 28 check-ins, including myself and Dave. We'll now be returning those repeaters to normal operation. Please allow those who checked in to sign off before beginning any conversations. Thank you again, and as always, invest in precious metals, brass and lead. Good night, everybody. This is Dallas 21, WRKT 728, and
This is Dallas 20, WRKT 728. My name is David, and remember, get outside, have some fun, take your family, touch some grass. Sometimes the world we work in and live in, it just ain't fun.
no.
Go out in the woods, you know, enjoy that beautiful soundtrack. Appreciate everyone commenting tonight. A lot of great information that was shared, you know, and it's good to be back and do a rabbit hole. Out of town works rough, so
Yeah.
thank you
All right.
everyone. This is Dallas 20, and
Dallas 21, again.
again, we are clear.
We're clear. Good night, everybody.